No, there's a 250,000 diplomatic cables that WikiLeaks is sitting on, and as you can imagine, there are dozens of Egyptian cables in there, and they really reveal the sort of complicated and contradictory relationship the United States has with Egypt. And I actually just want to bring up something I just found here, which is a cable dating from 2007 that talks about presidential succession in Egypt. And it mentions Omar Suleiman, who is now, of course, just been appointed vice president. And it describes him as Mubarak's consigliere, basically saying that it's only been in the last few years that he sort of stepped out of the shadows as the director of intelligence, has allowed himself to be photographed in meetings with foreign leaders, and that because of his military background, that analysts believe that he would at least have to figure in any sort of succession scenario. The cable also points out that he is known to be extremely loyal to Mubarak. The exact description is his loyalty to Mubarak seems rock solid. And they also point out that he could be attractive not only to the ruling apparatus, but to the public at large as a reliable figure because, quote, he is unlikely to harbor ambitions for another multi-decade presidency. So that basically sums up what U.S. diplomats, at least in 2007, what they were thinking of Omar Suleiman at the time.
I don't want to make too much of this, but consigliere is not a word that most of us use very often. I don't speak Italian. The only way I know that word is from the Godfather movies. Are they making some kind of reference to mobsters by choosing that kind of title?
Well, we'd have to ask U.S. diplomats to find out, but it certainly suggests his role as an advisor, giving advice to somebody who perhaps sees himself as something like a godfather to a nation, who sees himself as somebody who is basically holding the forces of chaos at bay, and who really is trying to rule the country in the way that he sees as just and fair, even if apparently the public does not.